Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Cleveland State versus Oakland college basketball matchup on Thursday, December 28th, 2023. Of course, if you love our free picks that we do every day at Pickdawgz, you'll love our best bets. You can find those under the Premium Picks tab. Of course, we also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are meant for people who make big bets. If that's you and you have a big bankroll, go ahead and text that number. Of course, I have a big bankroll. I make big bets. I know a lot of you do as well. So go ahead and text. But let's get to this one. We got Horizon League college basketball action as we are into conference play. Not for every team so far, but I'd say at least half the country now into conference play in the Horizon League. Of course, these are these games that we see a lot on these Friday night spots over the next several weeks. So these are teams that we definitely want to pay attention to and try and see if we can make some money off of. Cleveland State comes into this one 8-5. Oakland comes in at 6-7, 3-4 straight up on the road for the Grizzlies, but they're also 5-2 against the number on the road. So they've been playing against some pretty heavy-duty competition. Meanwhile, Cleveland State 7-0 at home this season, but just 3-2-1 against the number at home. So, in these home matchups for Cleveland State, they haven't necessarily been playing the toughest teams. And that is what life is like in the Horizon League. And you have to remember that in these out-of-conference portions of the schedule that the teams are coming out of, is that teams like in the Horizon League, generally, most of their tough games are going to be the road games, and then the easier games are going to be the home games. So it's how they make their money, is by playing those big games. And of course, when we look at Oakland, well, they played at Xavier, they played at Drake, they played at Michigan State, at Dayton. Did not have a lot of success in most of those games, except at Xavier, they did manage to grab the 2-point win as a 15.5-point underdog. So we know the Grizzlies certainly can play some basketball. When we look at Cleveland State on the other side of it, coming off of back-to-back wins, beating Western Michigan last time out, and the game before that, upsetting Bradley at Bradley as a 9.5-point dog, beating them pretty good by 7 points. Of course, they had lost at St. Mary's by 13 in a game. They were getting 16.5. They played, for the most part, not quite the schedule that Oakland played, but still a pretty respectable schedule nonetheless. What you try and learn about these teams in these out-of-conference games is exactly how they're going to defend and, of course, shoot the threes. And to me, in college hoops, these are two of the most important numbers that I look at for most teams. And I think, when we look at Oakland, pretty decent shooting from the floor. Not a great three-point shooting teams. They shoot below the national average, while Cleveland State can defend the three pretty well. On the other side of it, Oakland doesn't defend well at all. One of the worst defensive teams in the nation. Teams shoot over 45% against, in fact, 45.5. So even while Cleveland State isn't a juggernaut, well, they are really, really good at shooting threes. And I think in this game, conference home opener, I just think that this is a good spot for Cleveland State. I'm going to take Cleveland State here, lay the small number, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportsshopplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.